The first thing I want to say is Happy New Year to you all. We're now in 2020. I'm filming now, however, on the 28th of December, so this is my last session of 2019. Now, New Year is usually the time where we set ourselves resolutions, goals. I did have one last year, if you remember, and that was to create a viewer's calendar, and didn't quite go to plan. Now, before I touch on what I've got in mind for 2020, just a brief explanation of where I am at this moment in time. I'm near one of England's most picturesque lakes in the Lake District, and that's Wastwater. Now, if you think of Wastwater, you usually think of the iconic shot looking towards the mountains, Great Gable, Kirkfell, Lingmel. I did actually get a shot there actually a fair few years ago. Lovely light. It's a good location to head for sunset. However, I'm not going to that exact location. Today I'm on the other side of Wastwater. To the south, east of Wastwater is a large lump called the Screes, and I'm on the other side of that. I'm heading up to Burnmore Tarn, which is one of England's largest natural tarns. From there I'm going to head back south west, head up to Illgill Head, and then on to Whin, Rigg before returning to my car. So all being well, the mist is low at the moment. All being well, I'll be able to get some nice shots from the top of Illgill Head, Whin Rigg, towards the large mountains beyond, including the Scafell Massive and perhaps Wastwater. I don't know. I've never been. I'm basically continuing my journey to tick off the Wainwrights. So I'm in the southern region. So as I said, it is rather misty, so hopefully we'll get some nice shots today. Anyway, I'll tell you exactly what I've got in mind for 2020 in a bit. So from what was quite an uninspiring walk up to where I am now since you last saw me, to what I'm looking at now, the fells have just opened up. But back there is grassland, nothing to photograph, quite misty as well. And finally, Burnmore Tarn has come into view. Absolutely wonderful, so remote. As I said before, it's one of England's largest natural formed tarns. The Scafell Massive have come into view. Scafell itself is just clothed in a layer of cloud, however. Great Gable is appearing. From where I am now, there's no composition to be had, but yeah, good to be out. So I have finally found a composition which I'm fairly pleased with, and basically what it is, it's a shot including Burnmore Tarn in and Heart of Fell in the background. Now, it's always important if you're going to shoot bodies of water just to ensure that it fits all of the pooled water, bodies of water in the frame, and not cut off any edges. However, problem with that in this composition is, yes, I can fit the whole tarn in using a wide angle lens, but it doesn't really work compositionally. So what I've opted for is to go in close. The older telephoto is on there at 70mm. I've homed in close, and I'm just using the tarn as a light area in the frame, acting as a nice diagonal, some nice layers going on. Takes the eye up to the peak, Heart of Fell. Now, to add to the drama, I've also stuck on a, there you go, you see that, 10 stop often stop ND. I haven't really used it that often, to be honest, but it just has a bit of drama to it. F11. Now then, I'm probably going to edit this to a black and white. Use a radial filter just to highlight the lodge. There's a lodge on the bottom left hand corner of the frame. Just adds a bit more interest as well. And I've focused on the lodge. Nice diagonals, weaving lines, added to it a 25-second exposure, some nice movement in the clouds. Nothing spectacular, but I like it. So I mentioned at the beginning of the video that I've got some plans in place for 2020. Plans which I'm confident I'm going to fulfill this time. Remember at the beginning of 2019 I said I was going to produce a viewer's calendar, which basically you chose the images for. It never happened due to hectic, busy lifestyle, jet setter. No, not really. Just personal reasons, work reasons. So yeah, when I've set up a plan, I just want to make sure that I follow it through, and that is I'm going to create some projects. Now, basically, what it is, I'm going to create a portfolio, at least one, maybe two or three, which include images which follow a certain brief, specific rules in place. I just think it will help my creativity and my development, just help me be disciplined as well. For example, I've made notes as well on my phone here because it's always important just to tick it out, so I ensure that I follow them. The first one I won't be following today because the first project that I've set up, and it is live on my website by the way, I've named it Carved, and basically what that is, it's images taken in the Yorkshire Dales, and the brief says, and I'll read it: limestone pavement as the main feature with trees as the focal point. A shoot in black and white, portrait orientation. Simple as that. I love the Yorkshire Dales and I love the limestone pavements, and who doesn't love a lone tree as well. So if you follow me throughout the year, I'll be adding to that. As I say, it is live now on my website. I have got a couple other in mind as well. Just go to that, and that is, and this image here may be added to it, I don't know, and that's called Time, and that's really simple. Basically long exposures, black and white, probably square crop. And thirdly, again an idea, I may enhance it, may change it, called Mountain Bokeh. Remember, these are all little small portfolios which I'll be adding throughout the year. And this one's a bit more specific. For this one I'll be using just a 50mm lens with a large aperture, a strong foreground. I'll be focusing on the foreground, which will then throw the background out of focus, and the background will consist of mountains, and that I'm going to limit to square format only. I may be able to add to that one today. So that's basically it, really. I'm really looking forward to 2020, and if you're a bit, you're not unsure which direction your photography is going, I highly recommend you set up some projects, some rules which you need to abide by when taking certain images. Secondly as well, I want to do more woodland photography 2020. Hopefully I'm going to start a series called Woodland Learnings or something like that, and what I'll do, I'll continue the journey to improve my woodland photography. I'll set myself tasks each time. I don't know, I'm thinking top of my head really. But yeah, 2020, a lot in store. Right, I need to warm up, get some coffee, get some dinner, because I've got quite a steep climb to steep climb coming ahead. First walk since Christmas, so I need to walk all that chocolate off. If you ever wondered, whilst you're sitting there in the comfort and warmth of your home, why I go through all this pain, why I go through battling with all the elements, the wind, the horrendous rain you've seen me in the past, that is proof. This is why I do it. I mean, look at this place. Look at it. You've got Wastwater, England's deepest lake, surrounded by England's largest mountains. Scafell, Pike, Lingmel, Great Gable, Kirkfell, big lump U-Barrow there, and beyond that you've got Pillar and nearly fell. I don't care. I am in my element. I've said that before, but I am. I can't find a composition. I'm not right bothered this moment in time. It's blowing a hoolie, but I'm just going to enjoy this view. So the wind is picking up. Quelle surprise! It's what you're going to get if you fell walking. You know, you are going to get it in my vlogs. Anyway, there was no real atmosphere or action regards to the Scafell Massif. I played around with a couple of compositions, a couple of rock formations, but at the end of the day, if the background wasn't working for me, there's no point. I've ventured on now. I'm heading towards Whin, Rigg, nearly there. I just want to capture something before the light fades away. I've been playing around with these tarns and I found this lovely rock formation. There was a bit of light, but I've just missed it. So I'll probably convert this to black and white. Portrait orientation, F14, because there is quite a distance between the foreground, the middle ground and the background. And I want you to study this because it's all about a journey. It's all about leading the eye into the image and around to the right and onto the fells. I'm using the rocks. There's a single rock and then it moves onto a larger bunch of rocks and it sweeps around. There's some lovely pools of water which, if you study them, they also sweep around as well. And repeat myself. So there you go. Yeah, I'm battling again with the wind. The sun is due to set in about half an hour and it's just dipped below a large veil of clouds, so there's no more light today. To be fair, it has struggled all day, but still a wonderful experience. Views to die for. Did you see those views? Come on, this is why I do it at the end of the day. This is why I do it. Anyway, make sure that you tune into my website. As I said before, there is a project already live which is black and white photography from the Yorkshire Dales, and I will be adding 1 or 2 more during the year. I'm not yet decided on the exact breeze. I know earlier I give you some sort of indication. I might just play around with that before I start. Anyway, I've got about 3 kilometres to travel to get to my car. All good fun. Right, I'm going to go. Until next time, take good care of yourself. Keep smiling. Bye bye for now.